Hey, what's good? It's Brandon C. Kennard. Welcome to another edition of My Eye on Sports. Before I begin, I want to send my prayers and condolences to the families who lost loved ones at the Emmanuel AME Church in South Carolina. Truly a reprehensible crime there, and it's just really unfortunate that this had to happen. I'm glad that the church did open back up today, and I hope that the guy responsible, the guy Dylan Roof, I hope he faces the fullest extent of the law. A 21-year-old kid doing this, it just brings about a lot of bad feelings, and it also just echoes the fact that there's still hate in this country, and it's really gotten bad. And I really hope that there's healing involved with these families and everyone who was affected by this terrible tragedy. All right, moving right along. The NBA Finals are now history. And as predicted by myself, the Golden State Warriors did win the series, although it took them one extra game. I predicted them to win it in five. They took it in 6 games. But I must tell you, the Cleveland Cavaliers, despite being shorthanded and having two All Stars out, they really did put up a huge fight and even had a lead in the series at 2-1. And I think the turning point in the series, you have to give credit where credit is due. Steve Kerr making that change in game four by taking out Andrew Bogut and then inserting Andre Iguodala and going small really did change the series. It was a very risky move when you consider the fact that part of the reason that Cleveland got off to such a good start in the series was because they were really manhandling Golden State inside. Tristan Thompson was just a rebounding machine, and he really gave Golden State fits with his rebounding and inside play along with Timothy Mozgov. But Steve Kerr, I must give he and his coaching staff credit. They decided that they were going to play up to their strength. So they went small. They put 5 guys on the court and made Cleveland have to defend every inch of the court against 5 guys who were able to execute their offense. And Andre Iguodala turned out to be the turning point in the series. And yeah, it can be argued that he did not stop LeBron James, but he was able to make LeBron James work for everything that he earned. And he also contributed on the offensive end. I really think he gave Golden State the juice that it needed to take over the series, because after that, Golden State never looked back. They won 3 straight games, and they were able to take the NBA championship. A lot of talk's going to be going on about LeBron's legacy and his record in the NBA Finals. But, unfortunately, you have to look at it like this. The man, he played his heart out. They had no chance to win this series if he didn't play his best ball. And I must say, he did some amazing things out there in this NBA Finals, but he really had no help. And if there was really any proof of that, I mean, look at Game 6. I mean, the guy was just doing everything. He was making threes. He was driving the ball to the basket. He was finding open teammates. But unfortunately, it just became a point in time where his teammates weren't able to make open shots. And when that happens, it fuels Golden State the other way. They're getting easy baskets. They're running their offense to the highest capabilities of their team. And Steph Curry was able to finish them off with his great shooting. Andre Iguodala was the Finals MVP, and again, I thought he was the turning point in the series. I think he deserved it, and I think the better team did win the series. It's just too bad we weren't able to see the Cavaliers at full strength. Maybe the outcome would have been different, but we'll have to wait until next year to see what happens and what transpires there. All right, let's talk about a little bit of golf. Let's talk about Tiger Woods. Has anybody seen Tiger Woods' game lately? Apparently, neither has he. I'm very shocked and very disappointed to see what Tiger Woods has been doing out there on the golf course lately. I mean, he's becoming worse and worse, and really a shadow of himself out there. He shot his worst round ever in the first round of the U.S. Open, and he's in danger of not even making the cut there. I mean, Tiger Woods, this is really a terrible tragedy in itself when you think about it. I mean, here's a guy that ruled the golf world, about 6, 7 years ago. This guy was untouchable. It seemed like he couldn't do any wrong. Now, all of a sudden, after he had his misguidings with his marriage and his extramarital affairs, now all of a sudden he can't put the ball in the hole. And I mean, it's just really been embarrassing, and I mean it's gotten so bad for Tiger that he's not even on the cover of EA Sports' top selling golf game. They've replaced him with Rory McIlroy. So Tiger, I mean, even though he's still cashing in as far as making money, but as far as his golf game, it's just non-existent. I don't know if he'll ever find the Tiger Woods that he once was. I mean, there was a point in time when they were wondering if he was going to dethrone the great Jack Nicklaus. Now, all of a sudden, will he ever win a major again? And the way he's playing right now, I'll have to say no. I truly want to see the Tiger of old because I think he is great for the golf game. I know there's some people out there who don't want to see Tiger Woods back to the form that he once was, but it's going to be all up to him. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if he needs to, collect himself, maybe take some time off and really find himself. I don't know what's it going to take for Tiger to be Tiger again. But I'll tell you right now, you can really say that an APB needs to be put out for Tiger Woods' golf game because it's nowhere to be found, at least what we were used to seeing. All right. There were some LSU players that were suspended a couple days ago, including their quarterback, Anthony Jennings. That's truly, when you're talking about a arrest and then a suspension, an indefinite suspension, you don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, you're probably going to have to wait and see how this case plays out over the next couple of weeks and possibly months. But I tell you, anytime you have a situation with the LSU starting quarterback of last year who didn't perform that well to begin with, getting arrested, despite the circumstances, it's not good for the LSU program or the LSU football team. And, questions can abound about whether or not, LSU is going to be improved this year. Personally, I think they're gonna be about the same when you consider the fact that the quarterback position is still going to be a huge question. Now, all of a sudden, is Harris going to be the starting quarterback when the season moves closer to starting, or will Jennings get reinstated? Either way, it's going to be a huge question mark, and it's definitely put a dark cloud over the LSU program as the season draws closer. And you're at a point in time where you're going to be starting camp, and these quarterbacks are going to need to get reps. And if Jennings is suspended, that's going to put it all on Brandon Harris. And we're going to definitely see if he's ready. And if he's not ready, it's going to further hinder that program. They already play in a tough SEC conference, as we all know. And, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But it's really unfortunate and really poor judgment on those LSU players. I mean, people can definitely say they should have known better. There's not many details about what happened. I'm hearing that Jennings may have had some things stolen and he was trying to recover his stolen items at this particular residence, but they wound up getting arrested. And again, I mean, it's a real puzzling incident, and it really could spell doom for LSU if it winds up where he gets suspended into the season. All right, as far as the Saints news go, I tell you, man, Junior Galette, this guy has really had my, I don't have much hair on my head anymore, but he's really been making me scratch my head lately with some of the decisions that he's made. I really don't understand where this guy is coming from, and it seems like ever since he got his contract extension, this guy has been all over the place, and it's almost like he's daring the Saints to cut him. I don't know what's going on. I mean, you have a guy who got into an incident earlier this year where he was arrested for domestic violence, and yes, those charges were dropped, but he's also facing civil charges from that incident. Whether or not that leads to any NFL discipline, that remains to be seen. But now, just recently as yesterday, there was a video that surfaced that says it could be Junior Galette swinging a belt and actually making contact with a woman with a belt 2 times. There's been question marks of whether or not that is indeed Junior Galette on the video. Junior Galette is supposed to meet with Roger Goodell in the next couple of days. But I tell you, this is a guy that I can't defend anymore. He was also seen on... All right, before I sign off, I just want to send special Father's Day wishes to all the fathers out there. I especially want to wish a happy Father's Day to my father. I'm certainly not going to go out on a limb and use his government name, but to all those who know and love him, I just want to say happy Father's Day, Mon. I really love you. I hope you enjoy your day. I also want to say happy Father's Day to my future father-in-law, Mr. Anthony Smith. I know us fathers, we don't get the same amount of love as the mothers get on Mother's Day, but we still do a heck of a job in terms of raising our families. And I do want to appreciate all you guys, all the real fathers out there, for all the hard work you do and really not getting all the appreciation that we deserve. But again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. All right, coming real soon on My Eye on Sports. I'm going to do a special dive into the college football season. I'm going to take a look at the big powerhouse teams and see what they're going to have to offer coming into the next season and see who's going to challenge for the national championship. I'm just going to do a select team by team, look at each one of these teams individually and see what they have to offer again and who's going to challenge for the national championship in the 2015 college football season. Also in the NFL, I'm going to do a division by division breakdown and give my predictions as to who I think will finish first to last in each division, and then eventually get to who I believe will be the Super Bowl champion in the 2015 NFL season. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, again, please do subscribe. I want to thank everybody for their support. That's it for this episode of My Eye on Sports. See you guys next time.